Alright guys, today we are checking out the Kwikset Halo Touch Fingerprint Smart Lock. Pretty excited for this guy. Let's go ahead and open it up. Alright. Looks like first off we have the main unit. Instructions. Drilling template. The actual deadbolt lever and the back of the unit. And boxes numbered 1 through 5, which I'm assuming are the various components for the lock itself. And box number 5. Alright, I'll check box 1. The actual deadbolt. Box 2 is the latch and the catch. Box number 3. That's a strike plate, sorry. The bracket to attach the back of the housing. The keys that are assigned to that. Box number 4. Box number 4 just has 2 small screws. 2 small screws, 1 big box. And lastly, box number 5. Seems to be the set of batteries, the Kwikset Easy Reset tool, and some more screws. And those are your contents of your Kwikset Halo Touch Smart Lock. Alright, we've gone ahead and taking everything out of its packaging just to make our lives a little bit easier when we start the install. Alright guys, we're on to the installation portion of the smart lock. During the unboxing, you noticed that there was 5 boxes with barely anything in them. Actually, when I was looking at the instructions, you can actually see that each particular box contains the required hardware for each step. So don't do what I did and take everything out. Leave everything in the box until you're ready to get to that particular step. Alright guys, step 1 is go ahead and take your latch and insert it into the hole. Well, if you may notice here, it's actually too long. So what you want to do is take it out and twist it. This will cause the latch itself to shrink just a bit. And there you go, now it fits. Take your provided screws and put them in. And there you go, step 1 complete. Step 2 of the installation is going to be the installation of the strike plate. In our particular case, our door had a smaller strike plate area, so we had to go ahead and take a chisel and extend the little recession here so we could install the metal bracket. Take your longest screw, it needs to be closest to the door jamb, so usually it's the outside of the door. We'll go ahead and get those 2 started. And then the short, smaller screws will go away from the door jamb. And there's your door jamb. Alright guys, on to step 3 where we're going to install the outer face of the deadbolt. Go ahead and take your electrical connection and put it under the latch. Then take the pole here and line it up with your door to get it through. And actually, in this particular case, I think I just realized we've installed the actual deadbolt in backwards. So we're going to take this guy back out and flip him around. Alright, we've gone ahead and flipped the latch, so let's try this again. Cable underneath. And there you have it. Go ahead and take your piece of tape and put that there so you can hold the faceplate to the door itself and doesn't fall off. Alright, now onto the back side. Go ahead and take the mounting bracket that's included. You want to make sure that the prongs are facing out. Take the wire, feed it through the hole and just pull it down so it drops into the lower socket. Take your included screws and feed them through. And do a few twists and turns on each side to make sure everything goes in smoothly. Go ahead and snug those up. All right, and by adding these 2 screws, that's now holding the front of the deadbolt in place. So that should not fall. You can go ahead and remove that piece of tape from earlier. All right, on to step 4. We're gonna go ahead and take the interior symbol of the motor housing. Go ahead and connect it. Take the extra wire and tuck it into the bottom here, so it'll void. And then go ahead and line up everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and push this in. So put pressure on it because it's trying to pop out. Take the little 2 screws provided. Go ahead and place it into the bottom hole. So this secures the interior of the housing to the bracket that's on the door. And we'll go ahead and do the same for the other side. next step's going to be to take the batteries and put them in. So go ahead and grab this and pull it out. Alright, so we've gone ahead and take the battery pack, install our batteries into there, and we're just going to drop it right back in. Alright, it does its self-test, and I believe that means it's working. Alright, and our final step is just to get the cover on. So go ahead, place this on top. Take the silver included screws, which you should have 3 of them, and there'll be 3 holes for you to connect these into. Don't tighten them all the way until you get all 3 in. And there's one more that goes in from the bottom. And there you have it. Next, we'll go ahead and start with the Kwikset app installation. So go ahead and select Create a Home. Give the house a name, so in our case we'll just name it Houseman, and go ahead and click Submit. Once you've added your home, click on the top right to add a lock. Make sure the Bluetooth is on your phone, and go ahead and click Next on the top right. You want to go and press and hold the A button for 3 seconds on the door until it beeps. And once it's found the lock, you should see it named on the list. So go ahead and click the named list. Go ahead and click Yes. And then go ahead and give the lock a name. In our case, it's for our sunroom. So we'll type in sunroom and hit Submit. Make sure you have Wi-Fi access that can reach the lock. Once you find your network name, go ahead and select it. Type in your password to connect to your Wi-Fi servers, and go ahead and hit Submit. This little step took a little bit, so we sped it up, but once it connects to the lock itself, you should be good to go. And then enter a name for the user. In my case, we'll put my name, which is Manny. And once it sets up the name, go ahead and scan your fingers, or your fingerprint. It'll ask for 3 scans. And that's it.